Hello, my friends. It is Ashwin Rao. Here I am. How's it going, guys? Hope you're all doing well. Do my face pop video, but get myself out of the picture to feature this beautiful pair of shoes and shoe trees. This is truly the star of the show and maybe one of the stars of my entire shoe closet. For those of you who don't know this style, and I hope at this point most of you looking at this channel would know this style, this is a Norwegian split toe derby. A derby is a open lace system here, and has a pie crust apron. In this case, it's a hand stitch pie crust apron with a stitched toe here, reverse stitched toe, and you can see that this is made by the world famous Italian shoemaker Antonio Meccariello. So let's talk a little bit about Antonio Meccariello. So as you guys know, I've featured Antonio's shoes at least a couple times on my channel. This might be the prized collection that I have in my lineup. I purchased this off the used market thanks to a good friend of mine, David Levin, who also is known as Shelveg on Instagram. You should go check out David's video if you haven't already, or sorry, his Instagram feed. He has one of the highest, most well-regarded high-end shoe Instagram feeds. And I've learned a lot from David over the years. I was already aware of Antonio Meccariello and actually had a couple pairs of his shoes, but just really was my knowledge of his shoes were cursory. This is his Centurion model. The Centurion, as I mentioned, is the name of his Norwegian split toe derby. He names many of his shoes for Roman infantrymen or different parts of the Roman militia. So this is the Centurion, which is his term for the split toe derby. This is made in a really unique pigskin leather, or a Peccary leather, as it's like to call it. You can see it's got a unique kind of texture to it that's not really available in any other way. The shoe did not come at this level of finishing, and I actually spent a bunch of time re-cleaning this guy up once I got it. It had been used for the past 3 years on a in business casual and business attire by a gentleman who'd previously owned this as the first owner. He took great care of the shoes, but they were worn, and so I spent a half day or so kind of cleaning things up, trying to get the creases out, which I think I was successful doing, and then spent a fair bit of time using Pure Polish products out of Oregon. If those of you who have not familiarized yourself with Pure Polish products, you should do so. And I spent the day beautifying this already beautiful shoe. You can see I applied a near mirror shine. I would say it's a mirror shine. I like my shoes to have a really high shine finish, maybe not quite to the level of a mirror shine, but some people would call this a mirror shine. It takes this leather, this pigskin leather, which is done in a chestnut color. I believe the Meccariello term is Noce or Noce. And you can see he does a hand-stitched pie crust apron, very high stitch density on this apron, as well as on the reverse stitch on the split toe. He has very high stitch density. You can see 5 eyelets. You can see the texture of this leather and the burnishing and sort of finish that he's applied that gives it an even extra element that allows it to stand out. He kind of has darkened burnishing on the tip here. I even took a little time to clean up the bottom a little bit. And you can see the back heel cap here and the stitching detail on the heel cap, the double row stitches here. You can see it's got a block heel, not a tapered heel, with a little bit of detailing on the top of that block heel. You can tell there is a really nice level of fudging detail. This actually shoe came to me in a, let me put myself back on. Hopefully it'll get me in focus. There I am. Hey, hi. Came to me in a Aurum box. So Antonio's top of top of the line shoe product is his Orem line, which is an entirely hand welted shoe. After doing some digging and sharing this photo with others, this actually comes from his Argentum actually not his ready to wear, his Argentum MTO line. This was part of an MTO, I believe, that was done several years ago. It's similar in quality to his Argentum Dux line, DUX line, which is basically typical of his Argentum ready to wear with a few advanced finishing methods, including some of the elements that attach his sole to the rest of the upper here. He has a really helpful website that on his website, he has a page that helps describe his hand welting and Argentum welting process. His process differs somewhat from others in terms of how he does it, but I'll let you go there to take a look. It's all a little bit confusing to me, but the bottom line is his Argentum welting technique is very unique and produces a highly elegant shoe. You can see it's got a gentle fiddleback waist, black edge dressing on a single leather sole. It's about 5 or 6 millimeters thick, maybe a slight bit of taper at the waist here. It's got a nicely narrow waist. You can see that narrow waist with a gentle fiddleback sole. As I mentioned, comes with really neat shoe trees. These shoe trees kind of fold in and fold out so you can carry the shoe as such. I want to give you a few more details on this pair of shoes. This came in his soft square last, I believe. It's gentle. You can see there's a little bit of a squaring to the tip of the toe, and it's a pretty gentle roll off. So I'm not sure if that's even a term I'm supposed to use, but bottom line is it's a gentle, soft toe in terms of the design of the toe. There's no toe plates on this particular model, although there's some nails there. You can see, I should probably make the other handle go up just to make this a little more elegant. But the idea here is, I spent a fair bit of time finishing this, and you can see how nicely the shoe takes a shine. It really, really takes a lovely, lovely shine. Equally on both shoes. You can see the textural qualities and finishing here. This is a shoe that, as I mentioned, might run new in the neighborhood of $1,300 to $1,400. I was able to get it for around half that price off of the eBay. So Meccariello shoes do occasionally come available. This particular Peccary leather is something that he has not made a ton of. It's typically offered via his MTO line, although, as I mentioned, this came from his group MTO orders from several years ago and has more of the Argentum Dux finishing, even though it came in an Orem box. But, still an incredibly high quality pair of shoes. You could just see the details here in the pie crust apron, the reverse skin stitch toe. Some people call that a butt stitch. The very, very high stitch per inch sort of density of the welt here. You can see the blind waist. You can't really see the stitching there. You can see the heel cap and the detail that's even put into that. Really, this entire shoe is truly beautiful. Let me show you the other shoe just for the sake of completeness, just, and partly you don't necessarily want to see me either. I'm going to show you the shoe in profile here. I'm trying to give you an idea of what this shoe might look like as a piece of art. You can see that the shoe, which had been owned and worn in consistently for 3 years, has really held up quite well. There's a few rolls here that I didn't fully get out in terms of being able to prepare a shoe. I can describe my shoe renovation process a little bit, but basically involves using a light application of a heat gun, prior to which I do a little bit of conditioning with a pure polish product conditioner and a leather cleaner, followed by an application of cream polish. I actually use a deer bone to then apply some oils back into the leather, just because it looked like it had dried out a little bit underneath its leather shine. Some people will strip the shoe with something like Saphir Reno mat to get rid of all the previous applications of whatever the previous owner had done. I did not do that, but I did do the cleaning, which did suffice. with the cleaner and conditioner. And after I did the initial cleaning and then cream polish, I did the heat gun application to try to get out the wrinkles, kind of apply the heat gun gently in gentle strokes kind of over here as well as on the edges. You can see they came out rather nicely overall. And after that, I then applied sort of intermittent layers of a wax polish, a cream polish first. I used a sleeking bone as well to kind of smooth out in between as I kind of applied the cream polish as well. And then I started, after I felt like I had a good starting point for where I wanted to go, I then applied a number of layers of intermittent wax polish and high shine polish, all from Pure Products, until I got a shine that I felt sufficed. I actually think the shine is maybe slightly denser on this shoe than this shoe. Gosh, hard to say. They both look really good to me. So again, here is a view of the shoes. Here is a view of me. Exciting, I know, but these shoes are truly exciting. Beautiful, near bespoke quality, obviously not bespoke. Antonio's bespoke line goes much higher. This is a off-the-shelf last, his soft square last, to my size, happened to be my size when I purchased it, but his lasts tend to do a really good job with my feet and are essentially true to size. I actually size up slightly with Meccariello. I'm normally a Brannock 10, which would put me at typically a UK 9 to 9.5. And in this case, I did pick a UK 9.5 for him. And many other dress shoe brands, I use a UK 9 or a US 10 for my sizing. So it just depends on the brand. Obviously, you should always make choices based off of as much information you can collect. But at the end of the day, beautiful shoe. Take one last look. Here's the, I'm going to pop the wood here on this beautiful shoe tree here. Let me take out the shoe tree just so you can see how beautiful this guy is. There it is right there. Look at that. And the lasted shoe tree that collapses down, sort of retracts as such, and then expands in the shoe to provide tensile forces to keep the shoe maintaining its shape. You can drop the wood or pick up the wood, or drop the wood or pick up the wood. Is kind of fun. Anyways, I'm not trying to be weird, but at the end of the day, this shoe is definitely not weird. So enjoy the Antonio Meccariello Centurion in Chesnut or Noce Peccary leather. Unique, one-of-a-kind leather sourced by Meccariello to make this shoe. And if you have interest, surely he can make you a pair as well. Pure polish shine, just so you get a idea of what this high shine look kind of looks like. And that is the end of this video. So I hope you're doing well. Have a great day, and I will catch you later on.